Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Follow a Sketch Friday. So this is the sketch that we are going to be using today. It calls for 3 photos, and I do have 3 photos right here. I have the plaque from Liberty Square in Magic Kingdom. I have my funnel cake yumminess from Sleepy Hollow, and then this is just like a little scenery photo right here that says Ichabod Crane. So I have these photos. I also pulled some products from my October Kill-A-Kit. So I got a couple sheets of paper, some sequins, all kinds of fun things. Definitely gonna pull out more stuff. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am going to take this brick paper and mat it on some white cardstock. I wanted it to be on top of the cloud paper, but I really felt like there was a disconnect between the cloud paper and the brick paper. So just adding that extra layer of white cardstock is going to give me everything I need for it, right? Like it's going to make my background feel a lot more cohesive. Now I have this gold piece of paper that do I end up even using that paper? This is what happens when you scrapbook and you scrapbook layout after layout, and then you go back and do voiceovers after you've already scrapbooked a bunch of layouts. I think the gold paper does end up on the layout. So now I am just trimming down these photos. Now I don't trim down the photos to the size that is in the sketch. My photos don't work for the sizes that are in the sketch, so I'm going to make it work for me. Now I am going to use this kind of secret garden viney paper to mat my photos on top of it. One, because I think it's cool paper, and 2, I think that it's going to be pretty cool on top of the brick paper as well, and it kind of gives me that, you know, Liberty Square, Sleepy Hollow vibe that you have going on right there in the Magic Kingdom. So I am going to just mat all of my photos on that same paper. I'm not going to really do anything extra with the photo mats. It's just going to be that. Now in the sketch, it does say to mat the 4x6 photo. It doesn't tell you to mat the other photos, but in this case, I want it to mat all of them. So I'm just going to figure out where they are going to sit on my paper. And I have that sticker sheet underneath of my layout for a specific reason. I am finding that a lot of times I pull out products that I want to use on a layout and I put them off to the side and I end up forgetting about them. So I figure if the sticker sheet is directly under the layout, you bet your sweet bippy, I am going to be able to use that sticker sheet on the layout. So I trimmed down that gold paper, evidently I do use it, guys, so that it spans across the brick paper, but it is not going to go from edge to edge. You are going to see a tiny bit of brick on either side of the gold paper. Now I grabbed this scalloped paper because I figured it was a good color match for the clouds and what I had going on back there. And at this point, I need to put my photos down on the layout. So I am going to use fun foam, and what that is going to do is give my photos a little bit of lift off of the page. Sometimes just lifting a couple things off the page with some fun foam, some really thin foam like this, is all you need to give your page a bunch of visual interest that it wouldn't have before. You're going to get that extra depth and dimension with just something as easy as fun foam. So now I've got to figure out the placement of my photos. They're not going to line up exactly like it is in the sketch because, like I said, I'm making my photos work for me instead of cutting my photos down to what it asks for in the sketch. There's no sense in me cutting down these photos for no reason. Like it's just going to ruin what I've got going on. Now I am putting a lot of glue on this paper, you guys. I am using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. It is really a great glue. It dries clear and it also dries matte. So I'm going to go ahead and put that nice thick bit of glue down on my page, and then I'm going to dump my sequins on top of it. I'm going to press the sequins down into the glue. And then what I'm going to do is lift up my paper and tap it so any loose sequins come off. And then of course there are the random sequins that, you know, end up in funky places. So I'm going to straighten those out so that I don't have random sequins in funky places. Now, these sequins stick great with this Nouveau Deluxe. Like, my layout is completely dry now and those sequins are stuck on there. They're not going to like fall off. Which is always a concern when you're putting sequins on a page. Like, you don't want them to drop off your page. It would just like, it ruins the beauty, right? So with them on there like this, it is perfect. So now I have, this is the sticker I want it to use. So it says, life is short, eat dessert first. And I do want it to overlap the top of the sequin line here. So what I'm going to do is take some foamed adhesive. Basically it's, you know, big long strips of pop dots, foam squares, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to place it on the side of the sticker that is not going to be laying on top of the sequins. It's going to be on the flat part of the page. Since the sequins lift up off the page, what this is going to allow the sticker to do is basically lay flat over the sequin so it's not kind of leaning up against them. So I go ahead and get that down there. Now I did trim the sticker just a little bit so that it would only go over the edge of the cloud paper just a little bit. Now this is where I discover that my photos don't fit. Like, I made my sequin line a little bit too high for my photos to fit. So what I'm going to do is trim down the photo a little bit. I'm not losing anything out of this photo. It's just a photo of strawberries and whipped cream funnel cake. So I'm not losing anything. I just lost a little bit of the tray, which doesn't bother me whatsoever because I've got the entire funnel cake in the photograph. So let me just tell you about the funnel cake. So I loved this funnel cake. I loved it so much that I ate it twice for breakfast. And yeah, I did. Totally. Horfed it all down myself. Now this little cupcake cutie is from Paper House, and I just went ahead and ripped off the paper clip part on the back. It is, you know, designed to be a planner clip, but honestly, I thought it looked really cute going on this page instead of anywhere else. Now I decide that I need to add a little bit more sequins, so I put them up here on the top, and I do that same thing where I'm just putting a solid thick layer of the Nouveau Deluxe adhesive down and placing my sequins on top of that. Now I am going to use a flair, and of course you guys have seen this before. My fun foam is the exact thickness that I need to put on the back side of the flair to get it to lay flat on the page. It is fantastic. In this case, it is lifted up a little bit off the page because the flair is over top of the sequins, but I did that on purpose. Now, if you can't really tell what that flair badge is, it does have clouds and stars, and I thought that that would be perfect since I do have that bit of cloud paper in the background. So now I have this red sticker, and because I felt like I had this awkward gap right here where the photo was, and instead of just moving my photo down, I went ahead and put that red sticker. I had already placed down the sequins and the flair, so I felt like that would have been a weird placement if I would have moved my photo down, and I didn't want to have to undo all of that work. So I just put the red sticker down there, and then I put the red sticker in two other places. That just gives me a little bit of layering. And then I'm going to take these word stickers here, and they are thicker, so they don't really stick very well. Or I guess they're not thicker. They're not really thickers. They're puffy stickers made by American Crafts, so they don't stick very well. So I am, again, using my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. This layout has a lot of liquid adhesive on it. Some of my layouts have no liquid adhesive, some have a lot, and this is just going to be one that has a lot. So I'm taking the words and I'm just going to go ahead and fill them in on each one of these stickers. And I'm just doing whatever I think looks good and whatever I think will work. So ultimately, I decide to put the fun word up here at the top. And it is a little bit hard to read in person, and it's almost impossible to read on camera. But you do see it a little bit better in person. Now down here at the bottom, I decided to put wild and free because that kind of goes with the whole theme of eating dessert first, and then how I'm going to talk in my journaling how I ate the funnel cake for breakfast, like I had dessert for my meal. And that's fine. Like, you know, you just do you at Disney and have yourself a grand old time. So this one also doesn't show up that great on camera. The blue over top of the red shows up a lot better in person than that yellow over top of the red. So this is definitely going to be a fun, colorful page, even though it has a little bit of that kind of older vintagey feel because of the brick paper. And kind of the distressed sticker that says life is short, eat dessert first. Now, I did think about bringing in a big old gold star over here just to add some more sparkle and shine. I tried it out in a couple different, ways. I did not like it like that. I didn't like it on top of the photo either. I felt like it took way too much away from the photograph. So I don't worry about getting that star on there, and it just goes off to the side. But I do feel like I need a little bit more excitement. I need a little bit more embellishment. So I have this chipboard piece that says Imagine. I'm going to tuck that into this cluster up here. That way I just don't have flare and sequins. Like now it is a true cluster because there are multiple things on it. I decided to add this little speech bubble near the cupcake just because, the cupcake was looking a little lonely over there and felt like it needed some more product. And then I am definitely going to add in my journaling as well. Oh, I do add in a couple little bits of wood veneer too. Not that this teacup really has anything to do specifically with these photos, but I thought it was cute, so it went on there. I also have these wooden thumbtack looking things that I thought were cute, and they're going to go on there too. One by the title over here, and then one up at the top by the word fun. I was trying something out there that didn't really work, so there's that other one. I'm going to go ahead and add a little dollop of glue down there to go ahead and get that down. And then I'm looking at this and I'm loving it, and now it is time to get the journaling on the page. So instead of my title going down here, because life is short, eat dessert first is the title, I'm just going to use my white Uniball Signo pen down here to write my journaling. And I'm just printing it. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. That is where you will find the Follow a Sketch Friday sketch, and it's also where you can post your version. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.